Welcome to Sunshine Diary, your weekly package that brings you stories, voices, and also moments shaping our society. Every week, what we do is take you through everything and also inform you and inspire you and also impart lives. I'm talking about the stories and happenings in those states coming from the government of the day under the leadership of the governor, talking about Governor Dr. Orimison Aiyedatiwa. So today's episode, we will be taking a look at what the event that took place in Akure, on the state capital, where great minds came together for a major national event. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us. You all welcome back and thank you very much. If you're just joining us, this is Sunshine Diary on Osrc television. And now it was the 69th National Council on Education meeting held last week in Akure, a gathering that brought together top politicians, political makers, education commissioners, and also experts from across Nigeria. The meeting focused on strategies to improve learning outcomes, enhance teacher quality, and also strengthen collaboration among stakeholders for a better, more inclusive education system. So from the opening remarks to the insightful speeches and also policy resolutions, the summit highlights the collective commitment to reposition Nigeria's education sector for excellence. Now let's take a look at the highlight. The main objective of education is to train and develop individuals to their full potential, foster their critical thinking, and prepare them to be responsible and productive members of society, which involves a dual focus on both individual growth. As stakeholders in the education sector converged on International and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, for the 69th National Council on Education NCE, primarily focused on attaining new ideas and sustaining the new educational reform that has defined Nigeria's education policy. The meeting brought together key education leaders to analyze past achievements and review ongoing initiatives by federal government of Nigeria. While declaring the event open, the governor of the state, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa, applauded the mutual understanding between the Federal Ministry of Education under the leadership of the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, and Minister of State for Education, Professor Shuaibu Ahmed, in collaboration with the Ondo State Government for Education Rebirth. He applauded Dr. Tunji Alausa for innovation and accountability in education sector, which has brought academic renewal.
In the same vein, I want to particularly acknowledge Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, CON, and the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Professor Suala Sainaba, for their dynamic leadership and steadfast pursuit of educational excellence through innovation, accountability, and inclusivity. These inclusivities can be seen in various commissions set up to achieve this. For example, National Commission for Almajaris, National Commission for Thematic Education, National Commission for Mass Literacy and Non-Formal Education, so that everybody will have opportunity to have education. Don't forget AGAL project for adolescent girls.
Governor Aiyedatiwa commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for initiating education reforms like Nigeria Education Loan Fund, which has supported thousands of students and tertiary institutions across the country. Governor Aiyedatiwa said the move has bridged the gap between children of the rich and the poor.
This juncture, I must commend the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for his renewed commitment to advancing quality education and human capital development across Nigeria. I salute his vision and policy reforms in the education sector, most especially the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, which has provided financial assistance to more than 624,000 Nigerian students in our public tertiary institutions. This financial support for our students, this is commendable effort of Mr. President has gone a long way in reducing disparity in access to quality education between both the children of the rich and the non-rich.
Governor Aiyedatiwa pointed out that his administration has exhibited genuine and exemplary leadership in the educational sector.
From the pioneering free education policy of the old Western region to our present-day investment in digital learning, teacher welfare, and school infrastructure, Ondo State has always been the trailblazer, and it continues to stand tall as a beacon of quality education and responsible governance in Nigeria. This perception must change, and it has changed. We must collectively restore the dignity of the teaching profession by elevating its standards, enhance welfare for the teachers, rewarding merit, and ensuring continuous professional growth. The federal government started well by giving financial support to lecturers and teachers in various tertiary institutions. And just this morning, at FUTA, Federal University of Technology, Akure, it was flagged off the support, financial support that the federal government has packaged for tertiary institutions. Thank you very much. For us, even in the state, we have the Teaching Service Commission, and one of their functions, that is TESCOM, one of their functions is teachers' welfare, which we are funding adequately so that they can also take care of our teachers. Our administration in Ondo State recognizes that education is a cornerstone of meaningful and sustainable development. Consequently, the provision of quality education remains a top priority of this government. We are firmly committed to ensuring access to free, functional, and affordable education at the primary and secondary levels across the state. With a projected population exceeding 5 million, Ondo State currently boasts of about 1,282 public primary schools, 315 public secondary schools.
Governor urged Nigerians to support the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and noted that his administration has brought the dividends of democracy to the education sector as the government sets a standard to developing strategies capable of enabling and enriching lives of Nigerians. Governor Aiyedatiwa noted that under our East education policy, which over 2,000 teachers had been recruited and trained.
Furthermore, we have prioritized teachers' welfare, training and retraining to ensure professional excellence and improve learning outcomes. We know that teachers are the cornerstone of nation building. I was once a teacher, and they must be motivated, empowered, and adequately rewarded. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, under my leadership, the state government has recorded significant stride in reshaping the educational landscape of Ondo State, in line with our policy thrust, Christine Ease, and the last E being education, human capital development, and entrepreneurship. This policy thrust aligns with the resolution of the National Council on Education and the Sustainable Development Goal 4, ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education for all. Some of our notable achievements in the educational sector includes, but not limited to, the following. 1. Annual payment of West African School Certificate Examination and NAPTEP registration fee for eligible students to ease financial burden on their parents. 2. Recruitment, training, and deployment of over 2,100 teachers to our public schools. 3. Continuous training of teachers on modern pedagogies and digital literacy. 4. Procurement of over 8,000 learners' desks and 6,000 teachers' furniture for basic schools. 5. Renovation and construction of classrooms, laboratories, libraries, and offices across all 3 senatorial districts of the state. We also support and believe in the 3 domains of education: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Thereby, we distribute sport equipment to basic schools, provision of over 75,000 textbooks, library resources in core subjects, payment of counterpart funds of up to 2024 access to access UBEX grants. We are one of the leading states in fulfilling that.
In his keynote address, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, thanked the Ondo State Governor, Honorable Lucky Orimiso-Aiyedatiwa, for hosting 69th National Council on Education, NCE, and for Governor's achievement in education sector.
The Sunshine State. Let me repeat, it's really the Sunshine State. I think the governor and the people of Ondo State deserve a big round of applause. Permit me once again to express my profound appreciation to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ondo State, Mr. Dr. Lucky Orimiso-Aiyedatiwa, for graciously hosting this meeting and for his remarkable achievement in the education sector.
Dr. Alausa said under the watch of President Bola Tinubu, which has invested hugely on school infrastructure, as the initiative brings about the success which have recorded massive school infrastructure development.
You have a president and the president of President Bola Tinubu that has your back. The president believes so much in you. The president says it all the time. You are the heartbeat of our society and you're the future of our society. What you can always be assured is that we will continue to work day and night at the federal level, at the sub-national level, and at the local government level to give you the best education that is comparable to anywhere in the world.
Dr. Alausa acknowledged the efforts of the education stakeholders as the theme analyzed the federal government's commitments to data-driven educational reforms, teachers' professionalism, and improved learning outcomes across all levels of education.
Let me welcome most sincerely the Honorable Commissioners for Education from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, the permanent secretaries as well, Federal Ministry of Education across the states, directors, chief executives of agencies. I also welcome the permanent secretaries and delegates and other stakeholders across the Federation who participated in the official session of the 69th NCE meeting. I As we're all aware, it is the recommendations from the official sessions that will form the main working document for the Council. I also acknowledge with gratitude the local organizing committees and the good people of Ondo State for their excellent arrangement and warm hospitality. The team of the 69th National Council on Education is apt and germane. Quality education, data, and professionalization of teaching. Tools for enhanced national development.
The minister noted that the digital technology is highly essential in education, which enhances student engagement and increases accessibility for students, which also provides global learning opportunity and equips students with essential digital literary skills for future careers.
Without data, it's like you're flying blind. So to address this, the Federal Executive Council in February 2025 approved the appointment of a concessionaire and a joint venture partner for the financing, development, and operation of the National Education Repository and Data Bank System. The NERD system is envisioned as the flagship central digital bank for the education sector, for the collection, organization, coordination, distribution, preservation, and verification of Nigerian intellectual and academic outputs and credentials from our tertiary education system. Two of the new applications are now being utilized nationwide for the ongoing onboarding process for certificate verification and dissertation digitization, following the enforcement circular issued by the Secretary to the federal government. The National Credential Verification System assigning certificate, a national credential number, and a secure QR code accessible via a dedicated website for credential verification. The other service is the National Academic Document Digitization Service for archiving and commercialization of these dissertations. These innovations are transforming the integrity of our education system, eliminating certificate fraud, ending the menace of honor abuse, plagiarism, and academic dishonesty, while promoting transparency and global recognition of Nigerian credentials. We also now have a platform, Digitized Nigeria Education Information System, acronym DNEMIS. For the first time, we now have digitized NEMIS in the history of our country.
Other stakeholders at the event said primary objectives of education is to improve student outcomes and the overall quality of education by fostering collective efforts, aligning diverse interests, and securing support for educational planning and goals.
Given the fact that availability of data is critical to implementing reforms that will enhance the quality of education, Ondo State fully aligns with the federal government's data-driven policy reform in the education sector. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, Dr. Lucky Orimisa Ayidatwa, the governor of Ondo State is proud to share with you the significant reform that is currently being undertaken in the education sector of Ondo State. The Ministry of Education has taken concrete steps to migrate all critical data in our public and private schools in the state to the ministry's digital platform with the overall objective of enhancing quality of education. The digital platform provides important data that will enhance efficient monitoring, planning, governance, and transparency in all our schools.
The impact is not on Ondo State per se, it's on the whole of Nigeria. Because this is the highest making organ of education in Nigeria. Anything done here is not only binding on the federal government, it's binding on all levels of education at federal, state, and local government levels. Therefore, this is the highest decision-making organ, and whatever decisions that are made here will now be implemented by the various organs of state, and that is it. And that is why it's a good one. At least we have in education there is what you call planning, policy input, and then policy implementation.
Number one is giving Ondo State recognition that we are holding National Council of Education here in Ondo State. Is to tell us that we are making impact, particularly our amiable governor is attracting the federal, you know the impact. If federal government is here, a lot of goodies will follow. For instance, the flag off for assistance to staff of federal institutions and polytechnics of higher learning. You see, that's a good one. They can now have loan facility, and you can see all the goodies that are enumerated, that we are making education to be all inclusive. Teachers now is no longer going to be what it used to be in the past. It's going to be a professional to the core. I mean professionalism to the core, and that now Nigerian teachers will be better off and can compete anywhere in the world. And you see, teachers and education is the bedrock of development. We talk about different education, we talk about development here and there, ICT. All of this will be brought about by the impact of quality teachings that we're able to derive. And this is what this meeting is all about.
The teachers is very important in the society. As a matter of fact, without teacher, there can be no any meaningful development in the education sector. And as a result of this, the federal government deemed it fit that professionalization of teacher is very paramount. Feeling the impacts of this 69 National Council for Education is when the policies that have direct benefits to education sector are being implemented, of which professionalizing teaching profession is one.
Wow, it was really indeed a beautiful atmosphere there, talking about the 69th edition of the Education Summit that came together, that came up in Akure, in the Dome, talking about the Cultural and Event Center, the Dome in Akure, on the state capital. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of Sunshine Diary. Remember, education remains the key that unlocks future, and every stakeholder has a role to play. So till I come your way again next time, my name is Oyewumi Ayenibara. Stay positive, stay informed, and keep shining. Bye for now.